So I get a phone call from my cameraman, who incidentally is on the other side of your screen right now. And he's like, I'm renting this house in Jersey, and in the garage, he goes, there's some sort of old car, it might be a Volkswagen or something. So I'm like, very intrigued, and I get here and I find something a little bit different. I find a 1950s MGTD. Come check it out.
I'm Jay Paris. I've been fixing cars and recycling metals since I was 8 years old. Join me on an epic adventure in search of abandoned machines. With a full tank of gas and a whole lot of elbow grease, we'll dig up tons of forgotten machines, track down their history, and restore America. Hang on for the ride of your life. This is Steel Earth.
This is George. George is an expert in MGs, and he's kind of taken apart more of these things and put together more of these things than most of us have ever seen in our lives. So anyway, I want to introduce George because this is the first time George has ever seen this car. How's it going, George? Welcome to Auto Archaeology.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Wow.
Yeah.
It's been sitting for a while, huh? Oh, well, let's take a closer look. We have lights too.
Yeah, let's dig in. You know, it just looked like they just started working around this thing instead of like moving it out of here.
We got to lift that side.
This side of the hood.
Yeah, I'm going to hold this down. Lift it over.
So I'm coming over towards you now to open this up. Okay, hold on. We're going to have to do a little wiggle.
Forward.
Yep, got it.
And that clips on it would have folded without me holding it. Okay, just keep going. It'll fold over.
Got it. Looks like the air cleaners were taking off this thing.
Oh, look at that. They love brass. Yeah, they really did.
131.39.
We think it's a 53.
You know, there might be an old Reggie, who knows, laying in the interior too. We might have to pick around a little
How's
bit.
the grill look?
Oh, that's the best part. Well, on these cars,
What do you mean?
the grill slats match the interior, which is a really cool option. So if you've got, let's say, red grill slats, you'll have a red interior. So if you could see here right now, the slats in the grill, these are actually red in color. You got the nice MG emblem here.
Is it dented at all? Does it look like it's in good shape?
It looks pretty good. I mean, it is insane that these things, even that they came with wooden floorboards, which is totally bananas.
Look at that, the key's still in the ignition. There's a thought, you wonder what that was all about, right? Now, did you know that these are coach built?
Really?
The body is coach built. It's got a chassis, regular square box chassis. The body is literally framed out in wood, and there are panel beaters, and they shape and form the metal over the wood. So everything inside here, including the floor, ooh, that scared me. There's like a shadow from the light.
Daddy Longlegs?
And it's called coach building. Morgan is still one of the companies still doing it. Some custom Rollses are done like that in Bentleys, but it's a bygone era. Oh, a rare Playboy magazine.
Whoa. Is that
One of the
right?
first. Yeah.
Man, you found it. You called dibs on it. That one's yours. Let's see the Playboy. Nothing like finding a vintage Playboy in the back of an old car. Hello. I'm seeing a lot of green vinyl around, George. Like, look at this here. There's some green vinyl. Here's some green vinyl.
Wasn't that something?
So technically, this car could have had a green interior. They painted the grill slats burgundy, and then they put in a burgundy recovered upholstery. So this could have been an original green interior car, and then they just dyed it all black.
Every car has a story.
Look at that
Oh,
thing.
look at this. A little cast iron stove. Isn't that cute?
That is a cool
That's a
little piece.
collector's item. Isn't that funny?
How long has it been in the location it's in? You know?
Can you?
Wow, that's
One more
pretty
years
great.
of the Carter administration. Maybe
Can
that's
you-
when it was put away.
Wow, this is great.
The time is now. Reagan and Bush. The Carter record, the Reagan program. That's amazing.
And the best part is Reagan won. So
That might be when
this is not propaganda. This worked out really well for them. So what do you think? Should we try to roll this thing out? I don't know.
It's not going to move.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
The tire's got the hard, flat spots that are not going to roll.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit rough. It's going to need some help for sure on that. Can we take the top down?
Let's see if this even folds. Up underneath here should be 2 wing screws. Can you feel them?
Let's see here. Oh, yeah.
It's a wing bolt. I got mine to move. They're
I got mine
brass
to move.
also.
Yeah, I got mine to move.
They knew that moisture affects a lot.
All right, I'm free. Let's see. Let's.
All right, pull on this and watch your fingers so we don't. The scissors are right on it.
Okay. Now we
This
could
is
actually.
wood also. Dashboard's wood with a wood backing. Look at that creamy ignition.
And it definitely had a green vinyl interior. I think we can pretty much be sure of that.
Look at the steering wheel. The old early plastics. They tried to make them look like wood, and they did look like wood, but they continued to. They didn't have enough polymers in it. That's what would happen. They would crack. See, if the motor was giving you problems, or the rain was too hard, or whatever reason your wife is complaining, you would tell her, "Please, hon, pull this out, turn the knob, and work
And
the
manually,
wipers by hand."
manually work the wipers.
You can do quick if it's really raining bad.
You know, I wonder why the cars of today don't have this manual wiper. Like, what if the wipers today broke somehow or another?
Well, they always laugh at Joseph Lucas, the Prince of Darkness. Some of his electrics wasn't that good. But
Joseph
they had like
Lucas,
a
the Prince of
redundancy.
Darkness. You know, you don't see this kind of stuff today.
On the nice sunny days, you loosen that nut over there. Let's see if this even works anymore.
And this would be the front window.
We put the window down.
Kind of right
Windshield
down.
goes down.
Ready?
You got yours loose enough?
Yeah, I'm loose.
It's just
Very
nice
good.
and even. And you drove it with the windshield.
Look at
It's
that.
Really schmancy, huh?
Every inch of the car has a certain attention to detail. Like you were saying, I mean, with the wooden floorboards and all that kind of fun stuff that these cars came with, it's just really interesting.
And the emergency brake was a real emergency brake. You pulled it, you can use, well, this one's not moving. You can use it as a brake. And then for parking, you hit the button and the thing stays. And to release it, you just lift up and it gently goes back.
So if
by
I'm
itself.
coming around a corner at, say, like 30 miles an hour and I want to do a power slide, I just lift it up, bring the ass
Oh, you
around,
could.
bang it back down, and
And
then
it
come.
won't lock, so
Yeah,
you're
and then you
not
come right out of it. It's good for stunt driving. So the English cars of this era, a lot of people don't like to drive with the dashboard lights, but this particular car comes with dashboard lights right here. So when you're driving, if you want them, you got them. If not,
Here you go. Here's another thing. See that little thing there? That's a spring. There's actually an adjustment here.
to bring it out.
In and out, and up underneath, up and down.
So it has a tilt telescopic wheel.
Yeah, with a wrench
Wait.
in about 5 minutes. But you can do it. And the English were famous for putting a tonneau cover on.
Yep.
When you're really sporty, unzip half of it so you kind of look like you're in the bathtub.
So this is all for the cover. And then, did guys used to drive, like when they were racing with that cover on ever, and just the one side?
It probably looks good, I think, for photographic purposes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because I remember seeing some pictures of some, like, you know, early race with the leather hats and the goggles, and they'll have the cover on
Well,
it.
they didn't quite get the aerodynamics and the windage yet at that point.
American GIs returning from Europe launched an MG phenomenon in the United States. The young war veterans who wanted to try their hand at rallying snatched up the cars. MG was aware that the more cars they could export, the more raw materials they would be allocated. They began a worldwide sales effort in order to earn much-needed hard currency.
The doors open in reverse.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
very-
comfortable to get in.
So you're coming in and you're gonna hang out like this. And then you're like, hey, how's it going? Want to go for a ride, little girl? It's about the driving experience. And these cars have a definite
Exactly.
experience when you're driving them.
It is restorable. It's a restorable car. It's right
How
on
long
the-
do you think it's been sitting in this garage?
Gosh. It probably hasn't run at least 25 years. Maybe it's been sitting in this garage for 20, but it's been sitting somewhere else too. You look at all of this old vinyl. This almost looks like Model T Ford material. It's so rotted and tightened up. These are plain Jane's They got a great look. They're fun to drive, and I hope this one hits the road again.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I would love to see that happen. And you're the guy who can make that happen. That's for sure.
Well, let's put it back on the road.
Yep, let's do it.
Cool.
Awesome. Next thing is
All right, what do you want to do?
getting it out of here. So it's just after midnight, and we're waiting for our tow truck guy. He's a little bit late, but that's not my main concern. My main concern is the wheels are locked on this car because it's been sitting in this garage for almost 25 years. And the floorboards are wooden. So if there's any weakness in the frame, when we go to pull it from the back, it could potentially rip in two pieces. So we got to be really careful when we're doing that. That's a big f***ing truck. I mean, there's flatbeds that are half that size. I thought they were sending something a little bit more reasonable. I mean, this driveway's small, but hopefully we can wiggle it in there. Whoa! Hold on, hold on. Start to cut your wheel to the right a little bit. There you go. Here's the deal, Mike. The car has been in the garage for about 25 years. Looks like the wheels are locked. And these cars have got the wooden floorboards, so we're a little bit nervous about pulling it out in one piece. So I guess the first thing to do is for us to check it out and see, you know, I aired up the tires just to try to make it a little bit easier. But, I mean, there's no question in my mind, you know, this thing is going to be locked up probably, so. Yeah, what the heck's going on? I hope nobody hit my frickin' wife's Honda. Oh, Jesus. I better go check that out. Oh, no. Dude, man, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. What the heck are you trying to do? Holy shit. Some dude just smashed into my car while we're trying to get this done. Unbelievable.
Yeah, because I was rolling the bed forward and I heard boom, and I thought it was something rattling on a truck. I looked and I saw him stop.
I said that, I'm like, what the are you doing? Dude, the guy just smashed right into my car. The car's parked. And the guy's like sitting there like, I don't know. So luckily the wheels are rolling, so it looks like she's gonna cooperate with us, which is nice. Look at all this crap underneath this thing. Beer cans, love it. Somebody was pounding them down when they were working on this one, huh, Mike? You think they'd still taste any good? So we got one wheel dragging, the rest are rolling, which is nice. How's the underneath look?
Seen worse.
Seen worse. Pretty awesome, man. Really awesome. The car looks totally different when you get it out of the garage, you know? How long do you think it was sitting in there, if you had to guess?
Minimum 20 years.
Yeah, right?
Minimum.
Been a long time.
That kind of dirt with all that old stuff underneath it.
Yep. Well, it's going to the right place now. George will restore this car and get it back to looking the way it should. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
These pieces here, these might be the side curtains or something I think that George was looking for in the back. I mean,
These
because
are for
it's
the side of the tank. Yeah, they would go right here.
You know, this car has been here for a long, long time. I mean, I'm just looking at, oh my God, that's a skull. Holy shit. That's a skull.
Yep, it sure is.
That is a cat skull.
That's what I thought.
There's an entire skeleton here of a cat that died underneath this car. Ladies and gentlemen, That's a cat skull. Oh, God!
You're totally holding it.
All right, I think, finding a cat, that's good enough for me for the day. So the good news of the day is the car is out and that's safe. Now, unfortunately, my car, I've got to call up the police and do a police report because it just got smashed in the road. So that's the fun part of the day. Bon voyage! This is not the last we'll see of this car. We're going to catch up with it again. So he was just trying to squeeze in between.
I guess there was a car to the left of him, and that car got ahead of him first, and then he thought he had enough room to still make it through.
Yeah.
And you're gone.
Incredible. Incredible. Yeah, we were in the, in the garage in the back, and all of a sudden we were like, what the heck is the ruckus that we heard? So, alrighty.
What happened?
Yeah. Hey, listen, nobody got hurt, Thank you. And this is the result. We'll call this a casualty of war, to say the least. It's gonna take more than a goddamn bumper to make me quit, mother. We're here at Tuxedo Motorsport. George has called me up and said that he's got a little bit of a surprise for us. Let's go find out what it is.
It's all done.
Come on, dude. I don't know, George. You had me going. I thought this was it. I thought you banged it out. I thought you banged it out in a month.
I was hoping you'd say, wow, I'll buy it back from you.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Count me in. This is a labor of love. How long did it take you to do this car?
This took us almost a year. It's got $45,000 in the car, without the cost of the car.
Is this a Mosquito?
And that's probably worth about $2,500 in itself.
No way.
Very rare. Most of them were broken off. Is that pretty?
Oh, yeah.
Same exact car as that one.
Beautiful. There's that tag. This even has the same wheels and tires on it as the one that we had pulled out of that garage. This is a really close representation of what that car will look like when it's finished,
Sure.
This is, pretty darn close. See, now all these brass tags, our other car has. XPAG is the 1250cc motor. This is exactly that car.
Yep.
This is exactly what we're going to be looking at. These are, as George was saying before, these are coach built, and they have wooden floor pans, which is not something you're going to come across.
It's all framed out of wood, and the sheet metal is folded over. It's called coach built. This one's a 1946 MG body, very similar to the TD that we just looked at. As you can see, it's all coach built, which means the wood framing, like an antique airplane, sheet metal is folded over it, and that's why each one's built by hand. That's why one door may not fit another car, because they're all fitted individually.
This is all ash wood here. That is kind of significant because it keeps out all the moisture. Incredible. When we pulled it out, we found a dead cat skeleton underneath the car. It's great news. I thought, after we had spoke on the phone, I thought I was going to come in and see it finished, but that's not on real TV. That's not reality. It takes a hell of a lot longer than that to get this shit done. I'm glad to see that this car made it back here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this car could have very easily, and George will tell you, this car could have very easily ended up in a scrapyard by accident because they just wanted to clear out the garage. And the gauges even work.
No smoke.
Almost 90 pounds of oil pressure. This thing runs pretty good.
That's without rebuilding anything.
It's unbelievable.
Lights work too.
No shit. The lights even go on? Look at that, even like the marker lights too. It's incredible.
Beautiful running motor.
I mean, normally you'd have to take apart the carburetors and stuff to sometimes get these things running. This car is running off these same roddy carburetors that were in it when we were in the garage. Unbelievable.
there.
I'm so glad that this thing made it here.
And I drove it. I mean, the clutch is frozen. You have to push it, get it into gear. But then I hit the brakes and actually stopped the car. The brakes still work. Barely, but they still work.
Sitting for it had to be at least 25 years or so.
Amazing. We looked in this spark plug hole. It's got high dome pistons. Probably 12 to 1s in it.
No kidding.
Somebody has done some nice work on this at one time.
Wow. Purrs like a kitten, but not the dead kitten from underneath it. You got all these restored cars in there, which is awesome. I sometimes like to drive them around like this. You know what I mean? Get it mechanically sound.
Look like the Weavers pulled into town.
And cruise it just the way it is, because it's like, it's got a certain patina to it. You guys have really done an unbelievable job so far, even just getting it running.
But we do real true blue restoration work. We don't take money in advance. You get what you pay for. We've been around at this location for 30 years and happily for another 30. And we do anything. But it's fun. Stop in any time.
George,
All right?
thanks so much.
And in a couple months, you'll see that all done and driving. All right?
As long as you come pick me up for a ride. Yeah, definitely.
All right, very good.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, George. And what we have here is our next victim, an Oldsmobile Delta 88 455 big block car. Buckle your seatbelts, kids. We're gonna pull another car out of the dirt.